Uh, Good morning to all. Myself, Raghunath Reddy. I'm working as assistant professor in the EEE department. Today, in the measurements and op-amp lab, I'm going to explain and demonstrating about the waveform generator. Okay, here the waveform generator, we are generating the two waveforms here. One is a square wave, another one is a triangular wave. Actually, from the using of a signal generator or function generator, we can generate the signals with different magnitudes and with different frequency. Okay, but for everywhere we cannot install a signal generator and we can produce, and by using of a ICs or nothing but op-amp, operational amplifier, that is LM324 IC we are using. From using of that IC we are going to generating the square wave as well as a triangular wave in the circuit. Now here we are having we should know about some few basics about the signal generator. One is schematic trigger, another one is the integrator. In the previous experiment we have demonstrated and we have what do you call it? I have demonstrated about the integrator and how the integrator can be work. If you give any input signal, it will work, but the circuit itself, it is a back-to-back circuits. Both the circuits it will be there. One is schematic trigger, another one is the integrator, and how these signals can be input is fed back and how it is going to generating the square wave and triangular wave. Okay, now I'll show the connected circuit here, and here we are using the op-amp module kit and what do you call decayed resistance box and capacitance box, and to see the output we are using CRO, okay, cathode ray oscilloscope. Now in the PCB board we have used here the circuit E. Okay, this circuit we have used the circuit A. Okay, this is circuit A, and only one single circuit we have used the different resistance values. This is a machine base, and these are the edge connectors to obtain the output waveform, because we are not giving any input signal here. Straight away the circuit itself generate a waveform, generate a signal, and the two generated signal can be fed back here, and these are the connections. I told you, right, these are the E0 is output and ET is a terminal for connecting external variable resistance values, variable resistance and the capacitance value. And here this is a connected circuit, and a connected circuit means here one special connection is there. First I will show the circuit diagram. You can easily understand about the circuit. See, you can see the waveform. This is a waveform generator circuit. Okay, especially we need to concentrate here. Two op-amps we have used. Okay, and then to see the output for a triangular wave and for the square wave, we have used the terminals of EO1 output and then EO2 output. Okay, and we have used the two channels here to see the EO1. Okay, EO1 output here at the capacitance box. Okay, at the channel 1, and EO2 is connected. Okay, EO2 is channel is connected at the ERP2. Okay, here, and this is to view the one more output here. We can observe what type of outputs we are going to getting, and then one more special connection here. Center tapped connections. Center tapped, how to connect the center tap? Center tapped in the sense the two decayed resistance boxes we are using here in the similar way. The two decayed resistance boxes to connecting a center tap, and one is a series connection. See, you can observe here, one is a series connection we have done, and from that series connection we are given to the ET1, and another one is given to the ERP1. Okay, this is center tapped connections. This is one special connection, that's all. Other nothing that we have, whatever the connections we have used. Now, what it will happen? Same. The earlier experiments. This is a combination of both integrator and then the schematic trigger. Okay, what we are going to finding here, how the duty cycle variations and the frequency variations can be obtained by variation of the resistance. See, we are keeping a capacitor as constant, that is the integrating capacitor, and if you want to change the integrating capacitor values also, it's fine. no problem. Then the charging and discharging time, it will be changes, and we can observe that also in this experiment. The connections as per done in the circuit diagram, what the manual is provided, and the components also connected the similar fashion of the circuit diagram. Now I'll switch on the module. Okay, I'll switch on the module, and then how the frequency variation and the duty cycle variation can be obtained by varying the resistance values. Okay, resistance, the capacitor we are going to fix, that variation also I'll show you. And now I'll switch on the module. Okay, I'll switch on the module, and simultaneously the CRO also, it will be switched on. Okay, see here the channel 1, see the channel 1 is connected. You can see here the channel 1 is connected at a capacitance. Here the capacitance, the output, we are viewing the triangular waveform. Okay, triangular, this is a triangular waveform we are getting at this output terminal. We can observe, see this is a triangular waveform. What is the magnitude of this? Total magnitude, the peak to peak voltage is the 2 scaling, it is a 2 and into 2. There is a 4 volts output we are getting. Okay, 4 volts output we are getting at the integrator. We know that, see the integrator, what is the input we are giving feedback here, but from another op-amp, the output is given, the output of the the output of the amplifier is square wave. This is a schematic trigger. This is a schematic trigger circuit. You can observe here, this is a schematic trigger circuit. This schematic trigger circuit, it will provide the square wave based on the saturation output. Square wave is provided, and the triangular output here. Again the triangular is fed back to the, what you call this input signal is fed, triangular is fed back to the square, and then we will observe the waveform for schematic trigger, what we are going to get in. It will be seen in the channel 2. See, this is the square wave output. See, the square wave output is connected at the decayed resistance box. Here, this is the output of EO2, channel 2. See, now we can easily observe from this. Okay, square wave simultaneously, the both simultaneously we can observe. See, the schematic trigger output is a square wave, and integrator output is a triangular wave. Okay, simultaneously the both input and output, if you want to see, you can observe in keeping the DL mode. See, we can observe here the output waveforms, both square wave and then triangular waveform generator. See, by using of this circuit, we can generate both, as the triangular wave also we can generate, and square wave also we can generate. The basic operation of the square wave generator and the triangular wave generator is related with the previous experiment. Those are integrator and then the schematic trigger. Okay, those circuits we have combined, and we have we are initiating that without a signal generator. We are going to generating a waveforms here. Now, see, I told you in the beginning, we can get the duty cycle variation and then frequency variation. First we will observe the duty cycle variation and then the frequency variation. See, once if you vary the time period, means what is the duty cycle formula? T on by total time T. The total time T, it will not change. We can vary the T on and T off. See, where the T on and T off, this is a, what do you call this portion, we can call T on. Okay, this portion we can call it as a T off. You can easily observe by seeing this square or the triangular wave. Now see how the variations we can get here. Suppose the 50-50%. See, suppose if you observe the magnitude of the positive and then the magnitude of the what you call the width of the positive cycle and width of the negative cycle almost are similar. Now I'll keep it in only one mode. We can observe easily. See. Now if I change, see, I'm going to varying this. The magnitude is changing. Okay, if you want the pulse variation, see the width of the pulse is varying. See, the width of the pulse. Suppose if you observe this, the pulse width of the positive cycle is more and width of the positive what you call negative pulse is negative portion is less. Okay, now but the total time period of this waveform is same only. We can observe. See, then we can calculate the from this circuit we can calculate the duty cycle of how the duty cycle variations can be observed by varying the resistance of ERP1 and ERP2, means what the nomenclature we have used in the circuit. See, and here this circuit is for duty cycle variation and this ERP2 variation is for frequency variation. See, the frequency variation also we can observe by varying by taking the different corresponding readings for the integrated. The both also we can observe. Suppose if you want to see the both triangular waveform and what you call triangular waveform and square waveform, we can observe the both the duty cycle and the frequency variation. See, now I will vary. See, we can observe. See, both the 50% and 50% I will keep. See, the both. See, the both 50% I have kept. And suppose if you want to change the charging time also, we can use the capacitor variation, the charging time for different frequency variation. Okay. This is a explanation and a demonstration about the integrator and differentiator to design at the various values. Suppose at which particular frequency you want, or at which integrating capacity, at which discharge time, or there are the many variations at which duty cycle you want to operate a circuit also. It can be, this waveform generator can be useful in the different applications wherever we want to use. And that's all about the experiment. Thank you.